All right, welcome back to Funkwerke, everybody. My name is Professor Dictabeat, but you can call me Mando.
And my name is Ralph. We're going to be taking you through today's evening, our 7th edition of Funkwerke. Wow. Now,
That's pretty awesome. Yep.
starting the evening today, we have Sacre X, starting us off with a beautiful live set.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Scar Polish coming afterwards.
Sounds very interesting.
That's very interesting. Then, followed by that, we have a band coming, Indiscreet
a band.
Jewels, which is something I'm looking forward to, see how it works in this setup.
It's going to be crazy tonight.
It's going to be crazy. And then ending the evening, we have Richard or Richard Easel. Not quite sure how I'm going to say that, but we'll find out when he arrives, yeah?
Exactly. I'll get it out of him.
Yes, perfect. So, Funkwerke, not only behind the TV now
Exactly.
also...
We're coming to you real live in Frankfurt, Germany, just so you know. 19th of March until the 22nd, I believe, or 23rd. So we're coming to you live. We're going to have some live artists there. Obviously, we'll be doing some interviews and rig rundowns and talking about a whole bunch of stuff. But if you're over there and you think to yourself, hey, I want to play there, that's totally my thing. Let us know. You can sign up. Ralph, where can people sign up? Do you know that?
If you think what it has, if you think yes. It is on Hardwire. That's hrdwre.io/submit. There you can either choose. I mean, let us know if you want to be there in Frankfurt. We would love to have you. But if Frankfurt is too soon, then just let us know what time works, and we'll fit you in. We want to do this once a month, so we need artists.
Exactly. There's always space for talent. And if you're in the area of Frankfurt, do reach out because it would be cool to have you on board. But I think for now, we're going to switch over to Sacre X, right?
I think that's enough talk from our end.
I'm going to go do a rig rundown. So we'll catch you in a second then.
Yeah.
All right. We're back here with Sacre X. Welcome.
Hi,
Hi. Nice to meet you.
thank you very much.
Well, let's go over a little bit what you have on the disc. Later on, Ralph is going to give you a proper interview so the viewers can figure out who you are, where you're from, what your favorite food is, all the important things in life, you know. But if we can switch to the overhead cam, I would love for you to tell me a little bit about what do we have here. What's going on?
Sure thing, of course. Where should I start? Maybe here, around here, where I have my setup
Mm-hmm.
of pedals and a synthesizer here.
Yeah.
So basically, this part of my gear is made out of I started as a guitarist, kind of. I've been through a lot of instruments, but like my first approach to electronics was through actually getting a lot into pedals, and I was playing guitar, doing pedals, and I was doing a lot of feedback and playing a lot with the pedals. And there was a point that I even stopped playing the guitar, and I was more like playing the pedals and the guitars.
Cool.
So that's kind of like
I didn't even know that was a thing. That's
yeah. Well, it ended up being like that because I was like, I just would put the guitar next to the amp and cause feedback, and then modify the feedback with the pedals. And that's how I got into electronics.
Yeah.
Through making textures with that. So in a way, it was a natural transition once I got this keyboard.
Yeah.
And I connected to the pedals, and one of my first let's say gear love or something was the delay. I was once I started using the delay.
Everybody loves delay, man.
Yes, man.
Everybody loves delay.
How can you not love it?
Exactly.
It also does very hypnotic textures, and I got into ambient music, and I could do a lot of repetition. So basically, that's this part of it, and the microchord was also my first synthesizer, and that's kind of when I shifted from the guitar to the synthesizer, and I was processing it through these pedals because it was kind of like the already structure that I did that I knew.
So the Korg, the micro Korg was your gateway drug into the synth world.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Of course. Like, I guess, like, for many people, it's like, I've seen that many people, it's like a cheap, powerful synth, kind of like a standard thing. Now it's a bit battered because I used it a lot. But
did you know there's actually a new model coming out?
Yeah, I've heard.
It's, it got some fancy upgrades as well.
I've heard about
this
that.
Thing is a proven classic, though. It's, you know. I like this thing. I don't have one, but I've seen enough of them and I played enough of them to know that they're really cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, for sure. Well, and then the thing is that as I progressed in electronic, in getting more into electronics and leaving a bit the traditional instruments behind, so to speak, then I figured out the computer.
Right.
Because it's just, the computer has so much power to it.
Yeah.
And you can do a lot of stuff. So in this setup, this part of the setup is a digital part.
Right.
The microKORG is kind of like digital too, but it's like, but it's a
digital synth. Yeah.
It works a bit like an analog, kind of, in the sense of like it's trying to imitate the analog feel to it.
Right.
And then they have like also have these digital parts, but it's like it's a bit more hardware kind of vibe. Then I have this like software part where what I do is like my first step into digital audio was like through Ableton, but like over time I outgrew it and I started using this programming language called Super Collider.
Super Collider, okay.
Yes, it's like Maximus P, but it's like but it works with text base.
Right.
So I don't do live coding. So like many people with Super Collider do live coding.
Yeah.
I don't do live coding. I create a patch that like it's like kind of a system through which like I can control it with these controllers.
Yeah.
And then change and trigger parts of the pieces. Change like tempo, change different things, create different instruments, like granulate. For example, one of the things that I'm doing here is I'm connecting this whole part of this setup, and I'm passing it through my interface, and then I'm recording sound here and then synthesizing it as a granular synthesizer that I control with this.
Oh wow!
For example, and that's also part of like creating different textures.
Yeah.
And
so you're like interconnected and running everything back and forth through each other.
Sure. Yeah, that's a bit the idea.
Wow.
And well, I have some keys here and some like stuff that I can do because I'm also like a very keyboard oriented person because I also play piano and and I feel very comfortable with keys, for sure.
Yeah.
So this part is kind of like the controllers, and with these I have like in Super Collider you can basically kind of like create many type of like whatever you basically want and reorganize it, and it's basically like having an electronic music studio in your computer and being able to engineer it from scratch, basically.
Wow. So to me it looks like a Excel spreadsheet, so I have no idea what's going on here. I've never seen it, so but the way you're explaining it to me makes it sound like it's a very powerful tool to process your music and create music. For sure.
Yeah. So like I do a lot of stuff with it. Like I there's some layers that I release like some patterns that are kind of generative. So like it's also the cool thing that it's like because they're generative, they're not always like they're not a loop. They're like they're being generated all the time with randomness and stuff like that. And I use that to like to dialogue with what I'm doing. I also do I have some also backing tracks that are placed there, but they also like I'm also like modifying it and transforming it, and like then I can also like shift them, change it, put effects to it, like granulate them and like release them in different layers and all those things that you can do with like a powerful tool like that.
Really cool. But who's your pet?
It's my beloved snake.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
So does the snake sing, or is it just there to protect the gear?
It's there to protect the gear, and it's the guardian of the gate.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, you know what? On one side, I want to ask you about your style and what you do, but the way you've described your setup, I think it would be much cooler to just hear what you do, and then maybe later have Ralph ask you a few questions about it after the show, because I'm curious as hell right now to hear what you're going to bring to us. So by all means, let her rip.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
but my story's being written in a ghostly way. I'm a stillborn, let me not forget. I must die in the hands of a new day. Oh, darkness, kill me. I'm not a savior. The wings of a child are all that I cherish. Let me open the curtains of death. Butterfly in the sky. They love colors that I've only seen in dreams. Can't remember. Let me see these butterflies in the sky. Let me see these butterflies in the sky. This cocoon is already too small.
This is my last song. Thank you all. Thank you, Funkwerke, for this amazing opportunity. Don't let me fall asleep, guiding me in your light. I know I must submerge myself in these burning waters and baptize myself. That what I see is as heavy as the cross and as painful as the sea. I know that what I see is how naked I am. Let me lie. Looking at your life reflected on the surface of this water. Why is it that I have to always find you in the darkest hour? I know that my kingdom will rise in the never-ending water. I once had to fly, but I'm not prepared to die wearing my mother. I'll just sit here and watch your light from afar. I'll just sit here and watch your light from afar. I'll just sit here where it is warm and strong till my kingdom Thank you very much. Thanks to Funkwerke. And stay tuned for the next performances. There's gonna be amazing acts, very cool acts. So yeah, I'm Sakura X, and thank you.
Oh my goodness. That was I'm speechless.
Oh, thank you very much.
In a good way. Just so you know, in a good way. That was amazing. You know, sometimes you hear people and you think, okay, that was interesting, or hey, that was fun, or in this case, I was taken on a journey, and I don't know, I went all the way out there. I have no idea where I went, but I came back here just on time to tell you how awesome it was. So
thank you very much, man. I appreciate it a lot.
Everybody at home, Sakura X, we're gonna switch over to Ralph. You're gonna have a brief interview.
Amazing, yeah. Happy to do it.
Thank you so much for the music. That
Of
was
course.
really, really freaking.
Of course, thank you guys for the invitation. It's lovely to be here. It's an amazing place.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you, and you're always
amazing
welcome
people
back,
too.
of course. So, yeah. So to you at home, quick break. We'll see you in a couple of seconds with Ralph.
Yep.
Okay. Hello. Welcome back. We're back in the lounge. I'm joined here by Sakura X. Thank you from me again for the amazing music. It was lovely to listen to.
No problem, man. Thank you guys for the invitation.
Yeah, no problem.
Really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be able to share my music and share the space with you guys, and like all the work that you guys have done for this, and amazing.
Yeah, thank you very
Keep
much.
it up.
Well, for people like you is the reason we do these things.
Thank you
So
very
you
much.
have the platform you need.
Amazing.
So you've had your nerd talk. Obviously, we've seen your gear. Now we want to get to know you more.
Mhm.
So I would ask, start off by asking you, where do you come from?
Right. So I come from Peru.
Okay.
I come from Lima, the capital city of Peru, and yeah, shout out to all the guys from Peru that are watching this, of course.
Big up.
And yeah, I mean, Peru is it's a very different place from here for sure. Musically, it's also very different for sure.
Okay. And where did you start with music? What brought music into your life?
I would say that very early on, I think that like my earliest experiences with music were actually through my mom and my brother. So my mom was actually one of my biggest influence regarding like when I started doing music, because she's a musician. I mean, she hasn't been a professional musician, but she's been doing music like as a hobby or something. She has a musical vein in her. She plays instruments, and she's been playing us music since young. And like she's been like also, for example, I don't know, when I was when she would wake me up in the morning, she would sing. She would be also always singing or something. And my brother was also a really important influence for me. Through him, I learned a lot of bands. Well, through my mom, I learned a lot of bands. I got to know bands that she liked a lot. Like, and that actually came up to be like quite influential for me. For example, Pink Floyd, the Beatles, some early psychedelic stuff from the '60s. That was a bit my starting point in those times. Apart from other things, like also like classical music. I've been quite into classical music from very early on. So Beethoven and Beethoven a lot, but other musicians for sure. And I later like kind of like been developing in these two realms, kind of in like pop music, but also like delving into academic music, into classical music too. Like I'm half classically trained, half not. I've been studying various instruments, so like I've been on and off there. I'm quite an interdisciplinarian, so like I can't actually, it's hard for me to like stick to one thing. I have to always like shift from things to things. So like I'm always finding myself kind of like going into something, then getting bored and going to a lateral thing to it, and shifting from place to place, being interested in many topics. And it's just, I guess, how my personality is.
Okay. And you said your mother was the greatest influence for you going into music. What would you say was the greatest influence for the genre of music you have now decided to adapt?
Right. Well, that's a difficult one, because like I feel that like the music that I do is a mix of a lot of things that have been put into my kind of like get into my particular aesthetic view. So as I said, I don't know, like there was a period of time where I was quite into I got a lot into like noise music, experimental music, ambient music, and more of the experimental trends to it. But and that kind of like fed into a bit this kind of like already I was a bit brought up in the rock kind of like genre. Classical music too, but like rock music.
Was that also your mother who brought rock into your music?
Sure, of course. But also my brother. Like I remember we were there was a lot of time that my brother and me we were sharing a lot of music, and like he was sharing a lot of music to me when I was really young, and he was like I don't know, he was really into The Cure, for example.
Nice.
And he got me into The Cure a lot. So like that was also an influence for me. And all like a lot of bands that like we were kind of like into 80s bands, but also like afterwards I got like into indie music. Then like there was a moment where like I started getting into industrial music, more like electronic experimental stuff. And then I also started getting into John Cage and more like academic music, experimental academic music, more abstract music, kind of like more textures and things like that. And then I had a very kind of like I started shifting from like a band. First, at the beginning, I had like a band. I had an indie band, kind of like a bit in the vein of Arctic Monkeys or something like that. A bit more psychedelic than that, but like it was a bit like that.
Okay.
And then I started shifting more and more into like doing textures, atmospheres, and stuff like that. But I was maintaining a bit the song structure, so to speak, and the melodies that like a bit in the experimental music, they don't want that, you know, like they're like, oh, melodies, rhythm, all those things are kind of like things that are you should shy away from. But I was kind of trying to combine the things that I was listening to. And then slowly I got more into that, more into electronic music, more into experimental electronics. But then after some time, I actually got like a bit like it was a bit too much for me, because like I like it a lot and I love like experimental music, but then after some time I'm like, I don't know, I guess like it's something, I guess, from of the times, something of me or something, I don't know, but like has been like in me, like in the recent, like, I don't know, 5 years or something, a shift towards like, I guess, like a call for order, and like going back to melodies, going back to like a bit more structure and things like that. And well, lately I'm actually listening to like and the new things that I'm producing, I'm slowly producing more music, but like the new things I'm doing, it's quite like influenced by a lot of the music from the Middle Ages and Renaissance type music, and things that are kind of like the early experiments and counterpoint and things like that I'm quite interested in right now.
Okay, so we'll get more into that later on,
Sure.
what's next for you, because we'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
But obviously it sounds like you've just used every influence you've had in your life for this music that you have now created.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is very beautiful. It really does. It's very powerful what you are doing, and
Thank you.
it can really feel it. It's very nice.
Thank you.
So now, obviously, Peru is quite a far away from Berlin. What brought you to Berlin?
Right. So Peru is an amazing place. I love Peru with all my heart, but it's very difficult to do music there, to be a musician there.
What do you mean by that exactly?
In the sense, in economical sense.
Okay.
In the sense of like the possibilities, the opportunities there are, the amount of like, you know, just like you think of like the spaces with I don't know, just subwoofers, let's say, you know. It's like not many places have subwoofers. Here, like in Berlin, you get like any place has a subwoofer, you know.
Yeah.
So like the gear is good, you know, like you can listen to good music in the thing. And there's also like an appreciation for music more as a type of like lifestyle and career choice than in Peru. Peru, it's a bit like, I mean, it has to do with economical development. So it's like, it's I don't judge it. It's like, it's just a hard place, and especially for the type of music that I do, because like in the type of music that I do, there's a group of people doing it, and like it's amazing, and everyone's doing it quite what they can with whatever they with the possibilities they can. And there's very interesting people, like there's a lot of really interesting artists that actually have been quite influential for me too, like in the scene in Peru, in Lima.
Yeah.
And but it's a hard place to develop musically. What you usually see there, it's like you see musicians doing some musicians developing a project, but then like after some time they cannot like continue doing it because they have to basically work more to live, and they don't have time to do their project, and the project kind of like gets stuck in time. It doesn't develop further into like different phases or something like that.
Okay.
So that's quite common, and especially in the type of music that I'm doing. Because like if you go to other types of music, maybe there's more of a scene there because like people consume more of it. If you go to like the cumbia scene or like the Andean pop music scene, it's like it's more of a thing, but it's like it's not the type of music that I do. So it's like it's a hard place, and Berlin is quite like quite friendly to the type of music that I do, and like I found that like people actually there's a quite big scene for it. So that's actually one thing that brought me to it here.
Okay. Wow. That's nice.
Yeah.
And you found friends through this and found a community in
Sure. I mean, always expanding, you know, always like finding more people, but like for sure, like there's a big scene here.
Yeah, nice.
There's a big scene. There's a lot of people that consume like this type of music, and there's a lot of people that are eager to listen to music too, like to sit down and listen to an artistic performance or an event. So that's quite exciting and quite cool.
Okay, yeah, sounds very exciting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I have this feeling we could be here all day talking
Yeah, of course.
about
I
your
like
story.
to talk, so it's
No, it's great. It's been lovely listening to you. But I think I'd love to ask some questions from the chat because I'm seeing quite a lot. And the first question is from Digter Pete from behind the scenes, and it's, what's the story you tell in your set?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's like I don't really work with conscious messages, in the sense that I'm like I usually, like, if we go back to the idea of what influences me, like I draw from a lot of sources for sure, but one of the main sources I draw from is my dreams. So I'm quite a surrealist in that sense. I'm like, very, very deeply trying to pay attention to the symbols and the images that appear in my dreams, and I try to portray that in my music. So like in the way when you find a dream and when you're speaking, like when you're engaging with a dream, you don't really know what it means, but it has a meaning to you, that it's like you know something is going on there, you know something is being transmitted to you, but you don't know what it is. So like in the same way, I try to do that. I try to channel just something that is happening underlying there, and I try to bring it up in a way that tries to make sense with my intuition, so to speak. So like I don't really work a lot with conscious messages. There's some things that I can interpret from what I'm saying, but like I actually prefer much more people making their interpretations, and like people telling me their interpretations and what they think of what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, that's lovely. And maybe they also have a different interpretation of your dream.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
Wow. The next question is, I know you've mentioned it, but I guess the person wasn't there yet. What's the story behind the plush snake?
Oh, right. That's a good one. Yeah. Well, it's like I said, like I work a lot with symbols. Symbols are very important, and they're not only important like in my art and music, because I also do visual arts, or like media art, so to speak. But symbols are very important, and one of the earliest symbols that has been recurring in my work is a snake. So like the snake has been a very, very important symbol, and it's been like there since like, what do you call it, 15 years or something like that. It's been there was a moment that I started having a lot of synchronicities regarding snakes. Synchronicities are like, it's a concept by Carl Jung, that it's like, it's basically these meaningful coincidences that you don't really that you can't explain logically, but they have a certain meaning. So like, I don't know, something happens, and at the same time you see like the image of something, and like the image of a horse, and you're saying like, oh, this happened in this horse, and like whatever. I was having a lot of that with snakes, and like one could say like, okay, like maybe it's just a coincidence, maybe your mind is making it up, but that's exactly the point. Your mind is making it up. Yeah. So like, why are you seeing that? Why are you noticing that? Why is your attention fixed on this symbol? And that's why it's a synchronicity, because it's like your attention is fixed on this symbol constantly. So my attention was fixed a lot on the snake, on the symbol of a snake, and it was really interesting because like I don't like it's such a plural meaning of the snake. Is just like has so many meanings in mythology, and I just find it super interesting, and it's been there from the beginning. It's a symbol, I guess it's like one could say it's a symbol of transformation. It's a symbol of like malevolence or evil. It's a symbol of also like of healing too. If you see the symbol of the what do you call it, this, you know, like in the
when it's eating its tail, or what?
No, that's Ouroboros. No, I mean for example, when you go to a pharmacy and you see like the snake on a pole.
Ah, yeah, going around the.
Yeah, exactly. Forgot, yeah. So like it's interesting that we actually think that the snake is we use the snake as a symbol of pharmacies and healing.
Yeah, that's health.
So it's like yeah, exactly. It's like you get healed by a snake. It's like, what? Isn't a snake supposed to poison you? You know? It's like, well, there's like actually there's something there. So it's like the plurality of meanings of the snake find it interesting. Another symbol that was actually that is actually a newer version part of this kind of like development of attention my mind has been focusing on was like the butterfly, and that's like you can see that in the first part of my set. It's I've been quite fixed on the symbol of a butterfly in more recent years, like in the last 5 years or so. But it's like it's all part of this kind of like inner, what do you call it, images and fantasies and symbols that I want to express somehow.
Okay. Yeah, hope that answered your question. Now we have one more question, and then we'll go back to you.
Yeah,
sure. What's next for you? And it's, what movie did you sample for the track Pornografia?
Ah. So if you know Spanish, if you know Spanish, you will know that that track is called pornography. So I actually
I could guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty there. So I actually sampled pornography. Ah. So like I sampled pornography sounds, and like I changed them so like of course like you can't hear them very well, but that was it, because the song was about that in a way, but it wasn't about exactly pornography. It was pornography in a more like a symbolic way. It's like a kind of like weird relationship with reality, in the sense that like pornography is a symbol, you know. It's like if you think of pornography, it's like you're engaging with a sexual act, but you're not actually there. You're not actually doing the sexual act. You're like seeing like a weird digital fantasy there, and you're not like really connecting to anyone. It's a very lonely act, you know.
Yeah.
It's a very lonely, like when you're having sex, you're actually connecting to someone. Well, ideally speaking, but it's like
in the best case.
Yeah, best case scenario, you know. But if you're watching pornography, you're watching someone else having sex in a very like hyper real or hyper like produced way, that like, you know, like I remember there was this there's this people say that like the least sexiest thing that you can see is someone filming a porn movie, because it's just like so anti-erotic.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the filming of the porn movie. So it's just like this really unreal thing that you're kind of like engaging with, but it's not it's not producing a connection. So there's something of this like absence and presence at the same time. And I just thought it's an interesting symbol regarding the interesting metaphors to like a relationship to reality that like I guess many people have now with digital technology or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's also apparently a stated fact that humans are the only animal that enjoy watching its own species have sex. So
really?
quite apparently, now
Interesting,
that I think
yeah.
about it, it just kind of makes sense. But now you know, sounds like Andre. The clue's in the name. The sample he was using was actual porn. So yeah. So now, before we end it, I would love to give you the space to just talk about what's next for you, and if there's anything upcoming for Sacre X.
Yeah, sure. So I'm actually working on an album that it's like that is basically a combination of this kind of like these some of the stuff that I've been playing here, and I've been playing live lately, and it's gonna be condensed in an album. But I'm also like already the head forward to like the next stage, which is like I as I said before, it's like I don't really know why, but I'm like getting very, very into medieval and early Renaissance music, and I'm just trying to like reshape my musical language into that idiom more and more. Don't ask me why. It's just like I'm just interested in it.
Yeah, perfect.
But it's and making kind of like I don't know, like making I'm trying to like see how to integrate this in like into maybe like an electronic idiom, maybe like a bit like a generative idiom, but like with this medieval modal and like more aspect of that way of writing music that they were doing back in those days. I don't know. I'm really influenced right now by a guy named, for example, Guillaume de Machaut. It's like a French composer.
Okay.
Really cool. Recommend it for sure. And trying to do that, I don't know, like, yeah. That's kind of like my upcoming project, so to speak.
Okay, but it's still open, as in when it will come out, or...
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I'm still in the composition phase.
Okay, perfect.
Sure.
Nice. Well, we're looking forward.
Yeah, thanks.
And yeah, thank you for this interview. It's
Thank
been
you,
a
guys.
pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to be here.
And enjoy the rest of the evening, yeah?
Thank you. And I'll enjoy also the amazing acts that are coming up.
Yes, that is true. Next up, we have Scar Polish.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Thank
Yeah?
you.
I'll take the microphone, yeah? Okay. Do you want to just go on?
Yeah.
Then I'm just going to do a little... Okay. So, that was Sacre X, starting the evening off. What a lovely way to start the evening off, honestly. Nice and calm. Now, it's been a pleasure with you, chat. And honestly, if you have questions, keep them coming. It's been very fun with you. And yeah, carry it on. So, next up, we're going to have Scar Polish. First, we're going to have a nice nerd talk with Mando and Scar Polish himself. And before that happens, we're going to have about a 30-minute break, yeah? So, see you in a bit.
okay? The whole thing. Oh, so the whole thing about building your own stuff is it breaks when you need it. Okay? So there's a funny thing is we've just done a show in Berlin right now, and the main part of the synthesizer is broken. I know, I'm just gonna, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the signal path and work out what's broken, because that'll solve the problem. Yeah, troubleshooting live. I bet you weren't expecting that. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test the oscillator. The oscillator's working. What about the filter? Oh! It might be the filter, because the filter's just turned off. So that's quite interesting. The filter's actually broken. What? That is really strange. Just 2 takes. Okay, we've got the filter. Right, what's next? Does anybody knows what's after the filter? We've got the distortion! Who thinks it's gonna work? Is it gonna work? It works! Okay, what goes after the distortion? You are so right. More distortion. Does that work? Let's just see if that works. Yeah! We got the fucking working distortion. Right. I'm going to try the VCA now. Okay, the VCA works perfectly. Right, I've just got, everything seems to be working. Here we go. What a lovely day. That was a bit weird before, but it works now. It's working. Fuck off that. This is stormy weather. As you look out of the window at the world right now, well, if you haven't, maybe take a gander, 'cause it's really taking a piss. Yeah, we don't need the money, need the money, we just need the money, need the money, we don't need the money, need the money, we just need the money now. This is stormy weather, and you say the sun will shine whatever, 'cause I can feel like this forever. It's the last time, it's the last time, baby. This is stormy weather, and you say the sun will shine whatever, 'cause I can feel like this forever. It's the last time, it's the last Cause I can feel like this forever. It's the last time, it's the last Cause I can feel like this forever. It's the last time, it's the last time. This is stormy weather. As you looked out of the window at the globe right now, well, if you haven't, maybe take a gander, 'cause it's really taking a piss. Yeah, we don't need the money, need the money, we just need the honey, need the honey, say the sun will shine, whatever. Feels like it's been like this forever. It's a lifestyle, it's a lifestyle.
all the tiny charms around her neck. Wear them on her heartstring. All the little things she can't forget. Sweet mind out love, he will break her heart. Dead on my
All right, welcome back. I'm still Professor Dick to Beat, but you can still call me Mando. But we are here with Scar Polish.
Hello,
Hi.
nice to see you.
Likewise, thank you for being here. So, I don't know, for the people who at home saw the last act, we went through a whole rig rundown, and now you're next. So,
Okay.
if we could switch to the overhead camera, I would love to show the people at home what you're working with. Actually, you're gonna show us what you're working with.
Okay, let's start right in the where the brain is.
Yep.
So basically at the moment I'm kind of making most of my music
Yep.
originally on Electron Digitact, just taking a lot of like found sounds and various I'm kind of a sample collector, so
Right.
I'll go onto like various like archive websites and look for like interesting like old sounds or random bits of circuit bending that people have uploaded, and I'll throw them into the Digitact, or before that I was using Volca Sample, which I still love a lot.
Yeah.
And then everything is kind of very loop based. I'm sequencing up the samples, and so this is kind of just running and kind of the main brain of my setup.
Yeah.
And then over here I have the soft pop, which is making
Oh,
lots of kind of blippy bloopy kind of sounds.
that
like
sounds very Doctor Who-ish.
yeah, I don't really know how to control it. It kind of has a life of its own, so I just let it do what it needs to do and just push up the fader and kind of move the faders around.
So you let the machine surprise you a little
Yeah,
bit. every now and
yeah, exactly. This is the one on this board that probably has the most personality. So
Sounds
I
cool
just
already.
I just kind of let it do what it needs to do. Then the Monotron, I use this to make some noise or just like kind of do some slidey theremin kind of melodies and stuff.
Cool.
I've been using that for like a very long time. It's actually the first analog synth that I ever got.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, then this is the stuff for the guitar. So I have like this clone of like Death by Audio reverberation machine.
Yeah.
They were using this old Belton brick chip reverb from the 80s.
Mhm.
They were trying to make kind of like a digital emulation of a spring reverb.
Ah, I see.
And it
Yeah.
kind of does that, but it's also just doing something very unique
That's a
anyway.
side effect.
Yeah,
to it.
it's got a kind of like lo-fi reverb kind of vibe, and the pitch is a little bit unstable, and
So it has its own character. In that sense.
exactly.
Love
And
that.
I just leave that on all the time, basically. And so
Cool.
then that's running into the HX Stomp, which I use for kind of like amp sound, or like here I've got like a phaser, and then I got a pitch shift and some more delays and stuff like that.
Nice.
I'm not really kind of tweaking so much this on the fly, like this one a little bit if I want to crank the reverb a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
So no model, amp models that you create on your own, or do you do that a little bit with the Helix, or is this not one of those things where you can create your own? amps
like where
and-
the ones where you can capture stuff.
yeah, or
Yeah,
where you
I
can
mean,
create your own amps with it.
Maybe in the future I would love to do it, because I actually have like a very nice like 70s WEM amp.
Ah,
It's kind of like an old British valve amp, and
Nice.
I got to stay true to my heritage, and
of course. Yeah.
I was bringing it on tour for a while, but I'd love to have like an emulation of this amp. Just I'm always thinking about how to make things a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact, so
Make it portable.
to make them like go on an airplane or something. I have like a tiny little guitar that I can put in a jacket, so I can go through the airports like
That's
without.
brilliant.
you
It'll
know.
save you some.
Oh, yeah, and then-
stashing it in the overhead compartment.
Yeah, maybe one of the most important pieces.
Shall I hold this for you? There.
Yeah, so then there is my guitar as well. This is like it's an old Japanese guitar. It doesn't really have a name on the headstock, so then I just put my own name on it.
That's
And,
the best branding.
Exactly, yeah. And then this this guitar, I kind of been playing it ever since I came to Berlin in 2016, and I just love this guitar. What can I say? It's an old kind of garage rock guitar from the 70s. Apparently, they used to sell this guitar it has a nickname of being a Hurticaster. And
Okay.
I think it was sold in an old supermarket called Hertie or something.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if you know
Well,
this. I actually
it
don't.
Sounds familiar, because I do remember this story that department stores used to sell these guitars that you could either build at home or have it pre-built, but it was just to get people motivated to get into the guitar business. And then Fender came up with its own brand, its own thing, and kind of swayed away from the department stores.
Yeah, who knows? It is kind of something like that. And, they were very, like, freely available in Germany, like, in this time. And, so there's a lot of them around, and they're very cheap, so don't steal mine.
Exactly.
And, and then over here, I just have cheap mixer and reverb for my voice. And then the voice is going through the Shaw Green Bullet, which has been through a lot of damage, but still seems to be working very nice.
Looks really cool as well.
Yeah, and and that's
swag points there.
that's basically it. I just put a bunch of dinosaurs on it as well, because I don't know, I like dinosaurs. I don't really have there's no philosophy.
Oh, it's funny that you mentioned that, because
yeah.
at the 1 year anniversary, I actually had an interview with somebody, Vamp Acid, and I asked her, "What's your favorite dinosaur?" So on that count, what's yours?
Stegosaurus is.
She said that as well.
I mean, you have to kind of go with the classic dinosaur, So.
I agree. I mean, the stegs are pretty cool. Mine's still
There
the
he
T-Rex because of the arms thing. It's kind of reminds me of a DJ in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I've been blabbering enough. let's switch up to you and do
Okay.
your thing. And I'm very curious to hear what you're going to bring for us tonight.
Thank you. Me
Right.
too. Each time's a little bit different, so let's see how it goes.
Well, have fun.
Okay.
Successful people die every day. 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 Successful people die. Successful people die every day. Successful people die every day. Successful people die. 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 Successful people. Successful people. Successful people.
How's it going? I'm Scar Polish.
Your aching head, devil's command. What you said, where you went, how you been, how you doing? Dankeschön. To all your ancient hands, my rocket to your land. To hold your ancient faith, I won't run in this race. Look inside, that it's true. You live it once you're through. True that we're understand. You lift yourself to down. You lift yourself to down. Disappear to your mouth. The ending is understanding time. Why live inside your smile? while running to your mouth. To eat the inside out. This fuel is running out. December of understanding time. Dissolve into your smile. December of understanding time. Let's go extinct this I judge them all the same. I judge them all the same. I judge them all the Forever after. I'm the whole world's son. I'm the day that you're honest one. Cover me with rain. Oh, I'm the whole world's son. You're golden sun. Shine on as I watch cover me I'm the as you promised. Cover me with I'm the I'm the whole I'm the whole Dankeschön. your own time, in your own space. Caught in place to your own world on this future planet. Caught in space. Caught in place. Caught in in your own time, in your own space. Caught in place with your other one. In your own time, in your own space. Caught in place to your other world on this future.